Yo, 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 what is up? We are back. No Border Sports here for a Friday night and chill. What is going on? A lot of things going on in sports today. Wide receivers having crazy 40 times. Nobody wants to do the bench press. What else? I mean, somebody got in somebody got in trouble for their hand size being too small. I can't remember the name. I heard this on a video earlier. Somebody, their hand size was too small. That's why they didn't want to get their hands measured at the Senior Bowl. Crazy stuff. Yeah. Anybody want to join? There's a link in the description on the YouTube chat. StreamYard link. Click it, and you can hop on in and discuss what you want to discuss. Don't even have to worry about putting something in the chat. 49ers news. Still no word on what we're doing with Jimmy Garoppolo. Personally, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get trade value for him. I think they're floating the idea of keeping him next year, just to kind of make it so people don't think they're just going to cut him. But I'm pretty sure they're just going to cut him, eat the 7.5 or whatever it is, and just have a nice life. Yeah. I guess Carson Wentz is about to go get the axe. I don't know why. I don't know why Indy would want Jimmy if they're getting rid of Carson Wentz. If I was Indy, I'd be wanting a top-notch quarterback, top tier, because I've got a good team to kind of give me a win or a run at the Super Bowl, get a Super Bowl win. But I don't know who they can get. Like, talented people are slow and or short to come by at the moment, and they're already taken up by teams that really appreciate their skills and don't want to be searching for a quarterback. And with the draft not being deep at all at quarterback, you know, to I don't know, to push Carson Wentz out just to take a shot at another quarterback could just be just as terrible. I don't I don't know. Unless you really feel that you can't work with Carson Wentz's shortcomings, because no matter what quarterback they get, unless they get somebody, out of the draft who's, just flying under the radar and all of a sudden, just lights it up, or, somebody like maybe Mitchell Trubisky that comes back and, uh, really punches above his weight, and gets another chance and decides he's not going to let this one slip through his hands. Same thing could be for Marcus Mariota, could be said for him. But I don't know. You know what I mean? There's crazy stuff going on, and I don't know if it's really going to happen. I just don't. I don't think there's going to be as much quarterback movement as everybody's talking about, because everybody's got a shit quarterback except for the team, two handfuls of teams, and they're gonna need to figure it out. What are you gonna swapping shit for another piece of shit isn't good. I mean, you've got you don't have anything to really pull from. I think some of these teams need to start thinking about a run first offense. Maybe they should draft high on running back. Yeah, I don't see any of this. I don't see much movement. What do you guys think? Um, I think Derek Carr stays. I think he would be a great pickup for like Indy, but I don't know if the I don't know if the Raiders are willing to give up on Derek Carr. It would be the they're so close. They're so close, but yet so far. Um, all the key things that they need, they can have, they can get, but at the same time, they're going through a coaching change. So I see how to put this. If the Raiders don't do as well as they did this year, I think that maybe Carr if still under contract, might be traded, just so they could do a little rebuild. They might even want to think about taking another look at another coach. Hopefully, Al Davis just keeps giving coaches 10-year contracts, 100% guaranteed. That would be amazing. Um, he doubled the the pay scale for the punter at one point in time. Oh snap! Here comes Bay Area baller. What is happening?
Crypto was popping. Hey, I heard you talking quarterback movement, and I was like, man, let me hop in here, talk to my boy Crypto. How you doing, big dog?
Bro, since I got a guest, we popping one.
Cheers, big dog. I'm keeping it light.
Oh, seltzers.
Good call. Yeah, man. Jimmy, as you know, I've been saying I don't think he has any trade value. And I put out a tweet, and I think it's got like 70 something likes, but man, people are trying to ratio me. They're trying to basically, they don't like the tweet of me saying I don't think Jimmy has any trade value. One guy told me, why are you doing this? GMs are looking at Twitter. If the fans are saying they don't like Jimmy, they're not going to want Jimmy. Why would you do this? And I told him, you think NFL GMs are reading what random people are saying on Twitter?
So I got a question for you. Seems like Amari Cooper is kind of in the same boat. Do you think Amari Cooper is better in his job than, or in his position than Jimmy G is?
Yeah, I do. Damn, that's a damn good point, Crypto. And the Cowboys got to cut him because they need cap.
Yeah. And he's $5 million less than Jimmy.
And he's $5 million less than Jimmy. I know what you mean. And different teams have different situations. Like I don't really know the Cowboys salary cap situation down to the T, but so that they could be in a position where they just desperately need cap, and that's just the best move for them. And I mean, no one wants to just get rid of Amari Cooper, but by that report that came out, it tells me that they're not in a good situation cap wise, and they paid Dak $40 million a year. That's what happens. You pay the quarterback the premium. The quarterbacks are making the big bucks, and the rest of the roster starts to falter.
Not well, but they also gave Zeke that big contract.
That was bad too.
Zeke, I like Zeke as a person, but he's not fulfilling his end of the bargain.
I hate that gif of him with the cereal. Ugh. I hate that one.
Yeah, he's not fulfilling his end of the responsibility, I don't think. You know what I mean? Like, of his contract. And, that's kind of like, like, look at Matt Ryan. Should there be somebody who tells teams, no, you can't make this deal, because at the end of the contract you're stuck with this? You know what I mean? You can't move anybody around. You have to cut somebody. Like, I don't think it's the best interest of football. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Hey, Crypto. So I want to hear exactly where you stand on this. Now, if you had the Jimmy G, like, are you confident that we will get a draft pick for him, or do you think we're gonna have to cut him? And there's more stuff that keeps coming out on this Jimmy G contract, right? If we cut him, there's an injury settlement because he can't pass a physical, and we're gonna have to pay him $7.5 million. $7.5 million is a lot on the salary cap. That's about what DJ Jones is gonna get paid. I think DJ Jones is gonna get paid right around 8 to 10 mil, and So I desperately hope we get a draft pick for him because then we won't have to eat the 7.5 mil. But what I've been saying is we're gonna, I don't think we have the trade value, which means we're gonna have to cut him. But now what sucks is we're gonna have to eat 7.5 mil.
So if I know, if I go into a store and I see all this stuff on clearance, right?
Yeah.
And I know that at some point they've got to toss it out. I don't really need this, but if in a week I go back in the dumpster and it's there, I get it for free. Why am I going to why would you put yourself out there $25 million, losing a pick, have to renegotiate, what do you call it? Rewrite the contract. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're gonna have to extend him.
You have to do all this, or you could just wait a couple more weeks, let somebody else pay him $7.5 million, and then walk by and say, "Hey, you want $10 million to come be my starting quarterback? You saved yourself $15 million, a third round, fourth round pick."
This is what
What
I've been trying to tell people, Ryan. Some
would
some people don't get it on Twitter, and they don't. That's the one opinion that I get hit for on Twitter. People don't like that. The fact that I mean, here's the thing: a lot of people don't like Jimmy G, but they think he's still worth this second or third round pick. It's like it doesn't make sense to me.
So you've got Carson Wentz that's going to get cut. You got Jimmy that's going to get cut. Who else is out there?
Trubisky's
You got
been a hot
Trubisky.
name.
Yeah. So you've got all these other things.
Jameis
And
Winston,
then
Tyrod Taylor,
you got
you
the
know,
draft.
Teddy Bridgewater, who I feel like Teddy Bridgewater's the guy who I feel like is just going to be the odd man out. No one's going to really want to bring him in and pay him more than like the minimum. So that's who I'm eyeing for the 49ers.
Okay. But yeah, no, like there's going to be so many opportunities for somebody to get somebody. They don't necessarily have to run out right now, sell away their future for a bridge quarterback. There's
No,
no
and you know
sense in
what?
it.
I had said on my channel was that whatever GM, if they do trade for Jimmy G, extend him. I said, dude, you better fire yourself, man. That's just a
Yeah,
fireable offense, dude.
totally. To me, like I don't see how anybody cannot see that that's just plain and simple math. Like you're either in the red or you're in the black. You know what I mean? Like it's real freaking easy. I don't get how people are. No matter what you feel about somebody, if you understand that there's a chance where somebody could get it for free, everybody's going to try. And I would rather wheel and deal with you, baller, than give up a third or a fourth round pick and then pay him $25 million. I'd rather do a bidding war with you to 15 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I would say for Jimmy, like, I believe it's 27 mil, 25, 27, same thing. But
yeah.
I would rather, I mean, I would pay up to, 18, maybe 20 mil. I think Derek Carr's making like 22, but Derek Carr's better than Jimmy G. So that's why I'm thinking around like 18 mil,
max.
but I'm not paying. Yeah, exactly.
And I also, I have a feeling with this shoulder thing, he's going to be one of the last ones dealt.
Like here's the thing: we need the cap bad, and the free agency period starts on this. Technically, it's the 16th, but on the 14th, contracts are already being negotiated. There's like the tampering period. So the 14th, that's in 10 days, and we're over the cap right now, Ryan. We're over the cap. We need the money now. So what are we going to get a trade done by the 14th? Or are we going to cut him and have to eat? So actually what I've heard is, yeah, we do have to, if we end up cutting him, let's say before he can pass a physical, and he's not expected to pass a physical until training camp practically with this surgery that they're delaying for whatever reason I think it's for the 7.5 mil reason.
Yeah.
They got 7.5 million reasons to do it, right?
not just that. Not just that. Think about this. It more so pushes the 49ers' hands to cut him. Because his trade value essentially goes down. So he gets a $7 million payout, right? And now he gets to go out and get a fresh new contract however he wants it, essentially. You know what I mean? He won't be
really, it's
overpriced.
Genius by Don Yee, his agent. It's genius.
He won't have that big, huge contract looming over his head. If he needs to, he can take the whole year off. He's got, he got the 7.5.
No, he ain't taking the year off.
No, but I'm saying if he needs to, he can take the whole year off. You know what I mean? And come back next year.
But I mean, he's a top 32 quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he's got to play somewhere.
I would think. But, so let's say he doesn't get back in time and nobody decides to hire him before the start of camp. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to bring somebody in late and start over. They would rather deal with what they got on their team, because how much of an upgrade is Jimmy G? You know what I mean? Depending on, no matter what you got in your stable, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, how much of it, not to say that it's really that bad, but I'm taking some liberties there. But yeah, I don't.
Hey, Ryan, let me tell you, I tried out something new. I did a video premiere on my channel, right? Where it's like I made the video pre-recorded, but I set it to go, just live on my channel. It's like a premiere, right? And dude, I put a lot of work on it. Top 20 wide receivers in the upcoming NFL draft.
Oh, I seen you talking about that, and you said you were going to put it out. I didn't know it was released yet. I'll check it out.
No, it just came out less than an hour ago at 7:30 Pacific. It went live, because I was working on it. I've been watching a lot of film at the wide receiver position. That's the one position that I know all of these draft prospects. And I switched to running backs. I know like the top 20 running backs, but I watched like over 40 receivers, and I felt confident enough putting out my top 20. And that's what it was. I started from 20 and I went down to 1, and I had a lot of fun, dude. This wide receiver class is so fast, Crypto.
Yes.
They were blazing 40-yard dashes yesterday. It was off the charts.
There's a lot of people under 4.4.
Yes.
That was
like
crazy.
A record amount running in the 4.3s.
Oh my God.
Blazers. And it shows, it translates to the field too with these guys. Christian Watson, Trey Lance's old partner at North Dakota. That's where I first saw this guys. And Crypto. I don't really ask to interview a ton of people, and I've actually only asked to interview one athlete. And this was right after we drafted Lance, right? I remember, hey, this guy number 1 was making all these plays with Trey Lance when I was watching this North Dakota film. So I reached out to him. This is this guy, Christian Watson. I sent him a message. Hey, I'm a 49ers fan. I got a YouTube channel. I saw you making all these plays with Lance. I'd love to talk to you. Like, you're a really good player too. But I never got a response. What is it? Like a year later, this guy's going to be if not a first, he's a second round pick.
The draft's so horrible this year. It's excruciating. So,
we got no first round pick, Crypto.
I know. And we're not getting one for Jimmy, and we can't move up. And it's like, because I'd love to get Christian. You know what I mean? I'd love to pair him.
I know. Because he just blazed a 4.36 40-yard dash. Our first pick is what? Pick 61? I don't think he's making it to 61.
So, to me, the speed is what I would say a bonus. And not that, I know it's kind of weird, right? But I would say we've got people that got speed, right? And yes, he's got blazing speed, but like Ayuk and other people, they're quick enough to get open and this and that. So I don't think it's that important, really. It's more of the connection, the being in two people's heads, being able to finish sentences, that type of thing. that I'm really trying to get a hold of. That speed is it's just all extra, baby. You know what I mean? Like it's all extra. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like I would want him here for the connection and him the comfortability. He's also, a playmaker, guy can move. He makes good decisions on the field. You know what I mean? Like he can see the field well. I've always liked I've always liked people that can see the field well. It doesn't matter how fast you are, because if you can see the field and there's a route to daylight, then you're good.
That's what I call high awareness. Watson has got high awareness. Hey, crypto, I'm gonna let you in on something that I don't even think I've ever put out on Twitter. I haven't told many people my true opinion of Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's good, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's this star. I don't think he's a star. To be like Debo, I saw stardom, like potential stardom. His rookie year, 2019, when we went on that run, Debo was dynamite. The end arounds, I don't know why we stopped giving him end arounds in the Super Bowl. He was absolutely killing it in the first half.
It
But
wasn't
so
just the Super Bowl that
let
we
me tell you
stopped doing
something with
that. It was
Ayuk.
all year
After
long.
we drafted Kinlaw and Ayuk they were the same draft class. We
Yep.
traded back into the first round. First of all, I was so pissed when we traded Buckner. I was so furious. I was so furious when we traded Buckner. You do not keep Armstead over DeForest Buckner. Give me Buckner over Armstead and Kinlaw. I mean, that's just how good Buckner is, in my opinion. But when we drafted Kinlaw and Ayuk, I was on a Zoom call. This was in the middle of COVID, because I was Zooming with my boys, and I said, fire John Lynch. Because you know me, I like to do my draft research. I did not. I mean, Kinlaw, yeah, he's big and powerful, but he already had the knee issues. He had the knee issues, and he was that big, and he didn't have like an elite pass rush skill set. He's just big and super strong, which is useful, but it's not like he was a
So
polished pass rusher.
it's like the same thing they did when they drafted Eric Armstead. They were like, "This guy's a monster." I remember watching
But
the national
that was
championship
like
that
at
year.
pick like 20 something, I think.
Yeah, and
Right?
see,
Armstead. This is
I
pick.
think
We just traded Buckner for this guy. This is like pick 11. What?
I think the Buckner trade would go down in history as a good pick if they would have picked somebody better. Almost anybody else. You know what I mean? Because
No, man. I mean, I absolutely
well,
love DeForest Buckner.
so
Hey, you know what the craziest shit was, crypto? When
what's
we
that?
were going to the Super Bowl, I wanted to buy a 49ers Super Bowl jersey, right? It has like the Super Bowl patch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they only offered it for like 4 players right when it dropped. It was Kittle, it was Bosa, it was Raheem Mostert. And I remember thinking, like, man, like Raheem Mostert, okay. And who was the fourth one? I can't remember the fourth one, but it was not Buckner. And this was right before he was going to be a free, you know what I'm saying? Right before he got traded. He got
Yeah.
traded 2 months later. And I was like, why the hell can't I buy this in a Buckner? That's our best player. I found that odd.
Yeah. I still think it could be a good trade if we didn't, so because this is the way I see it. We do great with nobodies on the defensive line. You know what I mean? Kocurek has gotten there. Because Coach Kocurek earns every single dollar that he gets, and in fact, I think that man deserves a raise. Okay, we shouldn't we shouldn't be drafting, as long as Chris Kocurek is on this team. We shouldn't be drafting defensive linemen higher than the 5th round, unless it's supreme edge talent.
Yeah, like Bosa.
That's
You get a swing at
that's it.
Bosa, you take him.
That's it. Your D tackles, all those people, 5th round or lower, or trade them for a 6th round pick. You know what I mean? Or your undrafted free agents. You know what I mean? You bring them in. I mean, you get guys who, yeah, I think it was Jesse was saying, you bring in guys who are on like the last year of their deal. You trade for somebody and they're not performing well, so you can get them for cheap. Or you bring in somebody who's been cut and struggled, but
Just like
they
we did with Arden Key. That sounds like Arden Key right there.
Arden Key. Well, everybody on our defensive line this year, essentially, minus Armstead and Bosa.
Yeah, Ibukam. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
and DJ Jones, I don't think DJ Jones is going to be back, Crypto. I don't think we got enough capital, not enough moolah. I think we're going to have to pick between Laken Tomlinson and DJ Jones, and I think the Niners are going to lean to keep the offensive lineman to protect Trey.
Which I think is smart, because not only do you want to protect your rookie quarterback, and make it so he's not fucking shell-shocked all the time, but also you've got Coach Kocurek. Make him earn his pay. I just wish we could find a secondary coach with the same level and an offensive line coach with the same skills that could take these guys and turn them into nothing, and then we can turn them around and take 6th-round draft pick, or people we get for a 6th-round draft pick or their 6th-round draft pick, and trade them for 2nd round. You know what I mean? 2nd round.
Hey, you heard about the quarterback coach that the Niners just signed, right? I mean, this just happened like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Griese. This guy, we've heard of him. He's been an announcer the last few years, calling primetime games. And I'm intrigued by this signing, Crypto, and I'm coming from the lens like, this guy, it's not like he was sitting on his couch. He's getting paid millions of dollars to announce these games. For the 49ers to pull him away from that, there's got to be either he's got, a strong will to get into coaching, or, I mean, they're paying him. I don't know how much quarterback coaches make, but you know what I mean? It's not like, and Griese, the quarterback coach, played for Mike Shanahan for the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
So there's a relationship that dates back quite a ways. So actually, the more I think about this signing, just the more I like it.
I don't know. This to me is
we don't know. We don't know, but yeah. I'm just speculating. I can see how it could be good.
Kyle, better not fuck this up. I'm just saying.
Trey Lance is a ball of clay. You can mold him into whatever you want.
It's probably the most critical coaching picks for this whole offseason, I would say, is the quarterback coach. I'm so glad
Crypto,
they got.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but crypto.
Yeah.
When you're drafting Trey Lance at pick 3, don't you think immediately, like from at that point, we need the right quarterback coach right here, right? And Rich Scangarello, first of all, nobody likes this guy. I'm sorry, Rich. The Denver Broncos gave you an opportunity to be the offensive coordinator. You lasted 1 year, so they obviously didn't like you. Okay, you haven't been successful as an offensive coordinator at multiple stops. All right, and that's who you wanted to roll with for Trey Lance's rookie season after you just spent the 3rd pick on him.
And he's never been a quarterbacks coach anywhere else.
Like, come on, man. This should have been done last offseason.
Like you think somebody who could do an offensive coordinator job should be able to do a quarterback coach's job, but there's things that I think a quarterback's coach needs to do.
Hey, Crypto. Hey, thanks for letting me call in. You're the man.
Bye, mate.
I gotta dip out. I'm gonna try to hop back in the chat in a little bit. All right, big dog.
Peace. I think, where were we? Oh, what were we talking about? Man, start hitting the pipe. That stuff goes out the window. Um, no, I think Scangarello, like, there's things that a coach and like a quarterback coach, you're not trying to teach technique, but I think there's times where you need to be able to offer a suggestion on how to tweak something in a certain situation, or how to change the motion a little bit to be able to be able to complete a throw a certain way without having to um, do something different. You know what I mean? Like a small tweak instead of totally redoing the whole motion. Um, I think there's certain things, situationally, I think that's handy. And with somebody who wasn't a quarterback and wasn't a quarterback's coach, I think there's parts that he was lacking. And they also brought him in because Jimmy liked him. And I'm guessing Jimmy thought Rich gave him the best chance to be the best quarterback he could be. And that's why he wanted Rich back. But Jimmy doesn't have the talent, even with the coach that he believes in. Um, uh, yeah, I do think Jimmy's trade value is going to zero. Um, I don't understand why somebody would trade for something they could get cheaper and without having to give up a pick and just waiting. I'd rather battle it out with somebody and end up paying less overall than having to draft him and pay him 25, 27 mil. I'd rather get in a bidding war up to 15 mil for him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Jimmy's gone. Amari Cooper's a better player than Jimmy in his position, and he's getting the axe. So, what makes you think that Jimmy is above that? He's not. He plays a different position, yes, and it's a position that's more valued, yes, but he's not better than other people to make everybody have to drop everything. They can get a discount Carson Wentz. Why do they need to give up their future $25 million, $27 million in a pick when they can just wait? Um, what else has been going on? Oh, an Australian cricket player passed away, known for a leg ball or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to ask Warun about that, but he'll probably be able to tell me. Um, yeah. What else has been going on? I don't know what else we could talk about. Let's see. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Um, unless anybody's got something to say. Um, but all right, everybody, you have a wonderful evening and take it easy.